All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, high 7.
Check 55 to Mike. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Big time drive. Look, my time.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions. All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Break.
51's the mark. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming out.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Love. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On second down, Joyner. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Beckham, complete. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Go, go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a first down following a gain of 3. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
We don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Hurry, hurry!
48th Mike, 48th Mike. Let's go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
36.
Mike, zoom!
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh, hatchet. Hatchet. Showing that. Showing that. Watch twins.
Real. Hey, alert 33.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield is going to let this go for the end zone. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. A first scoring update now from Carolina. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Third and long for Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
On the set.
Mike 51.
Yeah.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Hurry.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Regular.
Line 36. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's 2nd and 8. Complete. It's Johnson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Line 51. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Love. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Go. Hey, exit. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Hey. Steve Griffin.
Back to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. You ready?
Now.
Let's go, baby.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Past the 20. 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I know he ain't got it.
Hey.
2nd and 9 now. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Here we go.
Go.
2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, Charlie. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Mayfield. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey, high 7. Hurry.
Watch 36. 36 to
Hurry. Watch the slash.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, watch it.
King.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
Hey, here I come.
Hey, Alpha.
Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Cooper was the target there. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Kyle Fuller there defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it is 28-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Ravens.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. On the draw, this is Love. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's caught. Cooper. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Browns' 25-yard line.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
2nd and 5. Out to his left.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 1. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 14. Being chased out left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
He'll look to throw. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Ready, break. Look at me. Zipper.
Tiny's on Ringo. Tiny's on.
Toppers. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set. 10-2 stop.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Speed grip.
On first down, here's Love. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Second and 11. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Amari Cooper, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A gain of 37.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Let's go. Here I come. Shoot.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Alert three.
Watch out.
His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Do it. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll set up a throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
180.
Check back to left. Pick me up. Here we go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's going to go up top. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run again with Love on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Come on.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down. On third down, here's Love. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Brings up second and 11 at the 10-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0.